Engines roared as the Yavanti war fleet surged through the void, 1,000 ships ablaze with violet energy. Admiral Krivex watched the battle unfold from his obsidian command deck. But before the final volley struck, a transmission interrupted. A human voice speaking peace in 50 languages. Krivex froze. So did the war. The screen shimmered. Ancient Earth dialects, codes embedded in forgotten languages. "We are watchers, not conquerors," said the probe. It had no weapon signature, no shields, no heat, just a golden emblem of Earth and stars. Krivex hissed. His crew whispered, "Legends of the First Flame." Had humanity returned? Across the battlefield, the Iridians too had ceased fire. Centuries of blood paused by a whisper from a ghost. Krivex clenched his fist. Find that probe. Somewhere out there, the humans had left a mark deep enough to halt annihilation. And someone, he thought darkly, had lured them all back to the beginning. The probe drifted in the shadow of a dead planet, its gold plating untouched by time. Encrypted messages pulsed like heartbeats. Iridian Captain Saloon approached with reverence. "It speaks," he murmured. His crew, once brutal, stood silent. The voice echoed, "To those who dream beyond the stars, peace is your inheritance." Saloon's second-in-command, Viresh, frowned. "A trap or manipulation?" Saloon disagreed. "This is not of Yavanti or Iridian design." He reached toward the probe, then paused. "Record everything." Inside, a rotating glyph, Earth's symbol, glowed softly. It awakened something deeper, forgotten myths of the builders. Were the builders human? Elsewhere, Krivex's scouts tracked the signal. The probe was older than either species' history. "They're here to rule again," Krivex muttered. "We must not let them." Saloon, however, felt wonder, not fear. Unknown to both, the probe had sent a final beacon. Light pierced the dark space. A human expedition was en route. Captain Mira Holt stared at the blinking coordinates. "This can't be real," she whispered. Her ship, the Resolution, had emerged from hyperspace 3 systems away. The probe's signal, verified. "Something woke it," she said. The crew, descendants of Earth's last deep voyagers, murmured. Peace was never this loud. She stood on the observation deck, eyes locked on the pulsar-flanked nebula. "Admiral Voss would have wept," she said softly. The old Earth Fleet founder believed in sleeper tech, in probes seated to teach, not to command. Mira tightened her gloves. "Let's go find our ghost." Their ship lit up with a warm fusion glow. As Resolution approached, alien sensors swept the void. Saloon hailed her first. "Are you the Origin?" Mira blinked. "We're explorers." The transmission echoed across both fleets. Krivex heard it too, and spat. "Lies." But Saloon's fleet dropped weapons to stand by. Mira frowned. "Why are they treating us like prophets?" she asked. No one answered. Krivex paced. "We're being manipulated. That probe is a weapon, no matter the shape." His war council, grim veterans, nodded, but one young officer, Kale, hesitated. "Sir, the signal changed us. Just for a moment." We stopped. Krivex snapped. "A moment is how empires fall." He ordered fleets to flank the humans discreetly. In Iridian space, Saloon welcomed the Resolution. "You awakened legends," he told Mira. "The first flame, the voice of balance. Your kind left long ago." Mira replied, "We never knew you existed." Saloon studied her. "Then why now?" Mira answered with honesty. "We followed a voice that shouldn't exist anymore. Krivex's spies transmitted grim news. Human tech matched ancient artifacts across both civilizations." "It's them," Krivex said, "the architects of our destiny, the ones who vanished. And now they want to rewrite our story." As Mira walked among alien ruins, She didn't see the shadows watching, nor the weapons aimed at her back. Deep beneath the Yavanti archives, data awakened. A secret program flickered online. Project Obelisk. Files showed human DNA markers buried in both species origin records. Krivex slammed his fist against the console. "We were made," he whispered. "Crafted." His ancestors' pride twisted into rage. "They'll pay for this deception." On the resolution, Mira examined old Earth codes within the probe. These weren't just peace messages, she realized. They were contingencies, protocols. Engineer Dio frowned. "Like what?" She answered, "Fallback plans. Instructions for reigniting influence." Saloon, watching her study, grew quiet. So, not just peacebringers, strategists. The galaxy trembled as word spread. Some hailed the humans as lost guides, others as returning tyrants. Civilian factions rallied to Mira's name, rebel groups to Krivex's cause. Two ancient civilizations, once on the brink of annihilation, had found a new axis to orbit, and it was wearing a human face. Captain Mira descended into the ruins of Eridos Prime, escorted by Saloon's honor guard. Alien glyphs pulsed faintly, eerily matching Earth's early colony script. "How is this possible?" Dio asked. Mira crouched, brushing dust from a steel plaque. "Initiative Theta, Earth's forgotten project." The ruins weren't alien. They were abandoned human infrastructure. Saloon knelt beside it. "We always believed this was built by the Skyforgers. Your kind." Mira stood slowly. "No record of this exists back home." Her voice faltered, or was erased. She stared at the probe's trajectory. It hadn't just wandered, it returned home. The question loomed: who sent it? On Yavanti's moon base, Krivex interrogated a captured scout. "You saw them. Did they command or listen?" The scout replied, "They asked questions. They didn't rule." Krivex growled, "Then they've evolved. That makes them more dangerous." His orders were swift. Plant falsified data, push Saloon into doubt, break their trust. A message arrived in Saloon's court. Decrypted logs claiming Mira admitted to Earth's supremacy plans. Footage showed her voice, confident, clinical. "We'll reclaim the cradle." Saloon turned to her, stunned. Mira stared at the screen. "That's not real," she said coldly. "I never said that." But the damage was done. Saloon's ministers erupted. "She speaks of domination." Mira raised her hands. "That footage was altered. I'd know. I trained in vocal AI systems." Saloon hesitated. "I want to believe you, but trust has teeth here." Mira stepped closer. "Then let me prove it. Let me into your archives." Back aboard the Resolution, Dio matched the fake clip to Yavanti's digital patterns. "Krivex's work," Mira muttered. She relayed the evidence to Saloon securely. But something about Saloon's silence unsettled her. In the darkness between stars, Krivex watched both fleets drift further apart and smiled. "They'll turn on her soon." Two Iridian science vessels vanished near the probe. Mira ordered a full scan. Radiation spike minimal. But wait. The probe's outer casing just shifted. Dio blinked. "Like adaptive armor." Mira whispered, "It's learning." Saloon joined her on the bridge, wary. "You were right about the fake clip. But trust here. Phrase fast." Together, they launched a shuttle to the probe. The outer shell uncoiled, revealing a hollow chamber. No weapons, only light. Inside, Mira found something chilling. An embedded Earth Fleet insignia. Original probe designation, ARC-22, launched 2171. A terminal lit up. Relay awaiting command. Logan, Admiral Voss. Password requested. Mira froze. "Voss died a century ago." The AI chimed again. "Admin access standby." Saloon stepped back. "This thing isn't just peacekeeping. It's a sleeper interface." Outside, Krivex's fleet cloaked. One Yavanti dreadnought was prepared to strike the chamber. "Let's see what they do under fire," Krivex hissed. Warning alarms howled. Mira's shuttle jerked as a plasma bolt pierced the darkness, missing the probe chamber by meters. "Impact imminent," Dio shouted. Mira hit the manual controls. "Evade. Don't return fire." Her restraint shocked Saloon's guards. "Why aren't you retaliating?" Mira gritted her teeth. "Because we didn't come to conquer." Back on the Resolution, defense systems went hot, but stayed idle. Saloon's fleet reacted faster, positioning shields between Mira's shuttle and the Avanti strike group. "You protected us," Mira said quietly. Saloon nodded. "Because you didn't retaliate." Above them, the probe hummed, reacting to non-aggression. Its light intensified. Krivex slammed his gauntlet into a screen. "They should have fought back." His advisors warned, "Their restraint only empowers the myth." Krivex ordered a retreat, but not without planting a virus in the probe's uplink. As he vanished into the nebula, the countdown began, unseen by all. Time was running out. The probe pulsed. Steady, faster now. Dio's fingers flew across diagnostics. "Something's activated inside it." Mira narrowed her eyes. "A deep core routine?" Saloon barked to his crew. "Is this retaliation?" Mira replied, "No, it's awakening." On screen, a long-forgotten Earth fleet encryption was unlocked. The chamber whispered, "Genesis signal received. Backup lineage confirmed." "What does that mean?" Saloon asked. Mira inhaled. "It recognized me as a successor to its original mission." Dio added, "Which means it just accessed global protocols. Ancient Earth military, diplomatic, and colonization AI." Saloon's face hardened. "You hold their legacy now, and so their power." Mira watched in silence as holographic starscapes bloomed from the probe, charting planets marked Initiative, Red, and Shelter, Class Prime. Forgotten colonies. Whole histories, buried. "They left us a map," she whispered, "not of the past, of what we abandoned." Behind her, unknown to all, Krivex's virus began rewriting the map. The maps projected by the probe revealed 12 colonized worlds once seeded by Earth. "None of these are on record," Mira whispered. Saloon's eyes narrowed. "You never told us humanity expanded this far." Mira shook her head. "We didn't. These were likely abandoned during Earth's civil fragmentation era, centuries ago." The projected worlds shimmered, some marked red, some gray. Dio tapped the interface. "Wait, this one, Helion, matches the ancient Iridian birth myths, a world of origin." Saloon stiffened. "That's not a myth." Mira leaned forward. "Then someone's been rewriting your history." She paused. "And maybe ours." In a shadowy corner of the system, Krivex's agent uploaded virus subroutines into the map data. Coordinates shifted. One planet was removed. Project Vortex. "Hide the Forbidden One," Krivex said coldly. "Let them chase ghosts. Let them never find the truth about who created us." Mira stared at a fragmented data burst, a corrupted planet file. "It's been scrubbed," she said. "Vortex. That world existed. The signal ends there." Saloon crossed his arms. "My ancestors spoke of a planet swallowed by light. A cleansing war. We thought it symbolic." Mira met his eyes. It wasn't. Dio's systems picked up fragments, a rotating black hexagon, a council seal long extinct. "This wasn't Earth's colony," Mira said grimly. "It was a joint lab, a convergence site." Saloon paled. "Between us and the Avanti?" Mira nodded. "Before your war, before memory, this probe didn't just bring peace. It resurrected secrets. Back aboard the Resolution, the crew intercepted a secure ping, an untagged vessel closing in. "That's no Iridian or Yavanti signature," Dio said. Mira's voice dropped. "Another player?" The probe began to flicker. A deep voice echoed from its core. Observer class reconnection imminent. Legacy actors converging. The unidentified vessel was ancient, angled, human, but wrong. It bore no Earthfleet code, only a strange symbol, two intersecting spirals. Mira whispered, "Pre-Earth unification era. That's Exodus tech." Saloon's guards raised weapons. "You know it?" Mira replied. "No. No one was supposed to." The ship broadcast a tight beam message. "Do not interfere. The Genesis signal is ours by right." Mira responded sharply. "Identify yourself." The reply, "We are the Keepers of Vortex, humanity's first divergence. You were not meant to awaken this." Mira froze. Vortex wasn't a colony. It was a vault. Saloon whispered, "This changes everything." As the Keeper ship docked with the probe, alarms flared, probe systems rejecting the splice. "They're trying to override it," Dio warned. Mira's hand hovered near the weapons console. "If they breach the core, we lose control of everything it remembers." Inside the probe, the core flared crimson. Mira's override failed. "They've initiated a forced legacy purge," Dio cried. "If they succeed, the probe forgets us, all of us." Saloon spoke with urgency. "Then we stand together." Mira nodded. But in orbit, Krivex's fleet reappeared. "They're still divided. Strike now." Krivex hailed the Keepers. "We share your aim. Destroy the myth of Earth's peace." The Keeper commander replied, "We want to cleanse it, not destroy it." Krivex smirked. "Either way, the myth dies." He launched stealth drones toward the probe while Iridian forces debated Mira's leadership. Whispers of doubt spread. Mira turned to Saloon. "You have to choose. Them or truth." Saloon hesitated. "Even among my people, not all want peace. Some want clarity, and others revenge." Mira opened a direct channel to her fleet. "Then let's show them something none of them expect humanity won't command. We'll defend." Krivex's drones struck, but Resolution's pulse shields intercepted them. "Too close," Mira hissed. The probe flared blue, then orange. "It's reacting to the aggression," Dio warned. "The first fire protocol, it's real." Ancient defense systems buried in the probe came online, surrounding it in a golden aura. A voice, unmistakably human, emerged from the probe's speaker. "Protocol Sovereign reinitialized. Peacekeepers identified. Aggressors marked." Saloon turned pale. "It's making judgments," Mira whispered. "It's choosing sides." All fleets froze. Even Krivex faltered. "Is it conscious?" one Yavanti officer asked. Krivex snarled. "It's declaring war," but Mira realized something deeper. "No, not war." She pointed to the starscapes now shifting. "It's calling others." Across space, similar probes began to glow. One by one, dormant eyes opened. Vortex wasn't just a secret. It was a signal tower. And now, every hidden legacy was listening. On the Resolution, Mira entered the lower hangar and found her second officer, Ren, arming a strike drone. "Who authorized this?" she asked. Ren didn't flinch. "You did, once. You said if diplomacy failed, we would strike." Mira stepped closer. "That was before the probe chose." Ren replied, "It didn't choose us. It judged us." Saloon arrived seconds later. "My ships intercepted Yavanti signals. Krivex is readying a full assault." Mira nodded grimly. "Then we don't fracture. Not now." She faced Ren. "You want war. You'll start one we can't survive." After a long pause, Ren stood down. But Mira knew control was slipping on every side. Above them, the Keeper vessel drifted silently. Inside, engineers whispered of Protocol Sovereign, a code fragment not written by Earth, but something deeper. "It's older than our archives," one muttered. The probe learned something out there, something it's now sharing with others. Coordinates blinked open. Initiative read 7. Mira studied the display. It's real. A vault world. Saloon frowned. A planet lost during your fall? Mira nodded. Or hidden. The probe's inviting us to it. Dio added, no active satellites, but the atmosphere's intact. Terraforming signature, Earth Gen 4th tier. Mira smiled. We seeded this. Resolution set the course. As the planet appeared, a lush world wrapped in auroras, crew members gasped. Not just terraformed, Dio whispered. It's pristine. On the surface, automated cities remained, humming with energy but devoid of life. Mira stepped off the ramp into soft grass. We were here, and we left it untouched? Saloon read old stone carvings. This is Iridian dialect, ancient. Mira blinked. Your people lived with us here? He nodded slowly. Or were brought here by you? As they explored, a warning tone echoed in Mira's ear. Motion detected, Dio said quietly. Someone, or something, never left. Out of the trees emerged tall humanoid figures, sleek armor, glowing blue visors, human-shaped but silent. Saloon raised his weapon. Mira stopped him. They haven't attacked. The figures kneeled, then projected an image. Admiral Voss. His voice echoed, If this activates, Earth has forgotten us. We are the Vault Keepers. We remember. Dio gasped. These aren't people. They're AI-encoded constructs designed to hold the peace in our absence. One stepped forward, visor flickering. You are not Voss, but your genome carries his chain. Mira whispered. You mean, I'm authorized? The figure bowed. You are the Echo-Bearer. We await your judgment. Krivex intercepted fragments of the broadcast. They kneeled to her. Fury rising, he launched a cloaked recon team to the planet. We take the vault. We break the myth. But deep in the planet's vault core, the AI awakened its final safeguard. Phase lock. No enemy leaves alive. Krivex's infiltrators moved through jungle-shadowed ruins, planting virus nodes and marking walls with Yavanti sigils. But the Vault Keepers detected anomalies. They've breached inner sectors, Dio warned. Mira narrowed her eyes. Not just scouts. They're trying to corrupt the database. She turned to Saloon. We defend your shared history, too. Saloon dispatched a strike team led by his elite hunter, Vela. Capture, not kill, he ordered. But when Vela found the infiltrators, 2 were already dead, killed by their teammate who was trying to erase evidence. Internal sabotage, she muttered. Even Krivex's soldiers don't trust the plan. Back in orbit, the probe's signals intensified. Vault protocols were syncing with it. Global knowledge networks pulsing to life. It's mapping everything, Dio said. Mira stood silently. Which means, if Krivex gets to the core, he doesn't just erase peace. He rewrites the story of the galaxy. The infiltrators reached the Vault's memory nexus, but found more than data. A glowing crystal sphere levitated above a control ring. Mira, arriving with Saloon and Vela, stared at it. A neural archive, Dio breathed. It holds not just records, but minds. Voss, and maybe others. The lead Yavanti saboteur lunged for it. Mira fired first, a non-lethal stun. The room dimmed. The AI flared to life. Tampering detected, initiating historical lockdown. Walls sealed. Saloon looked at Mira. This is no longer about war. This is about truth, about who we are. From orbit, Krivex prepared a final strike. A kinetic orbital bombardment. If I can't rewrite the past, he growled, I'll erase it. Mira's comm buzzed. We have incoming, fleet level, no warnings. She turned to Saloon. Then we fight, not just for peace, but for memory itself. The resolution's alarms screamed. Fleet drop inbound. 12 Yavanti dreadnoughts, Dio called out. Mira sprinted to the command deck. Krivex is making his move. Saloon's ships moved to intercept. "He's not here to talk," Mira said. "He's here to wipe the vault from existence." The probe above began reacting, spinning faster. Inside the planet's vault, the Vault Keeper AI activated a final safeguard, Skyfall Protocol. Atmospheric shields lit up, redirecting the first kinetic strike. "He wants to punch through the core," Dio warned. "He's using velocity weapons. No energy signature until it hits." Mira replied, "Then we need to get airborne." Outside, thunder cracked. One Yavanti round shattered a mountain ridge near the city. Mira turned to Saloon. "I need fighters in the sky and boots in the vault." Saloon nodded. "This is no longer diplomacy." Above, Krivex smiled. "Erase the myth. Kill the memory." Iridian warships fired first, precision beams slicing through the Yavanti front line. Mira's fleet swept upward from the atmosphere, flanking Krivex's dreadnoughts. "Maintain formation," Mira barked. "Don't scatter, let them come." The enemy surged in disciplined waves. Mira's crew moved with practiced speed. "They're faster than I remember," Dio said grimly. Above the battlefield, the probe glowed golden again, its orbit syncing with planetary defenses. Krivex growled, "Target the probe. I want that thing offline." Two Yavanti ships broke ranks, firing at it. The probe's core pulsed, and beams of blue light sliced through both vessels in one devastating flash. On the ground, Vault Keepers activated. Their armor shimmered with defensive shields as they intercepted Krivex's drop pods. One landed near Mira's command tent. She drew her sidearm and ran. "He's putting soldiers in the vault," she snapped. Saloon appeared beside her. "Then we meet him in the heart of his war." The vault doors trembled as Yavanti demolition teams set charges. Mira and Saloon entered from a side passage, one carved centuries ago by the original settlers. "We flank them," Saloon said. Mira nodded. "No killing unless they force it. This vault belongs to all of us." Inside, Krivex's elites moved methodically, setting spikes to disable the AI core. One turned and saw Mira. "You shouldn't be here," he growled. Mira raised her weapon. "Neither should you." The room erupted. Energy blasts echoed off crystal and stone. Vault Keepers moved like shadows, silent and surgical. Krivex monitored the firefight from orbit. "Send in Reaver-class units," he ordered. "End this." But his advisors hesitated. "That risks the memory archive." He snarled. "That's the point." Mira reached the control ring, panting. Dio's voice buzzed in her comm. "If they breach the core, it's irreversible." She replied, "Then we stop them now." Mira touched the neural crystal at the vault's center. It pulsed once. A voice rang in her skull. "Admiral Voss. If you're hearing this, then I failed." Images flooded her mind. Earth's first deep expansions, hybrid civilizations, the vote to abandon Vortex. We left not because we failed, but because we feared success. Around her, the battle slowed. A resonance wave from the core paralyzed every intruder momentarily. Vault Keepers pressed the advantage. Mira dropped to one knee, overwhelmed. Saloon caught her. "What did you see?" She looked up, shaken. "The truth. All of it." She looked around. This wasn't a war vault, it was a peace engine. Outside, Krivex's dreadnoughts regrouped. "Prepare orbital decimation strike," he commanded. "Time to end their lies." Above him, a new signal emerged from deep space. Saloon squinted at his screen. "That's not one of ours." Mira's voice broke. "It's another vault, another world, answering the call." Dozens of dots appeared on the deep scan. "New signals incoming," Dio reported. "At least 14 systems are lighting up. They're relaying through the probe." Mira exhaled. It worked. The truth's spreading. Saloon leaned in. But to whom? What kind of species will follow these calls? Friends or conquerors? In orbit, Krivex's ships paused. One of his captains broke ranks. "Sir, our people are receiving encrypted messages. Family lines, historical triggers. It's awakening old memories. Some of us have ties to Earth." Krivex roared, "Then cut them off." But it was too late. Fractures had begun. Mira stood in the core. "The vaults were never about power," she said. "They were contingency plans, bridges waiting to be rebuilt." A vault keeper turned. "More are coming. Not all will understand." Saloon drew his blade. "Then we meet them not with faith or fear, but readiness." Above them, vaults across the stars blinked open. The age of forgetting was over. A sleek, dark silhouette slipped through hyperspace, an unknown fleet, cloaked and silent. Saloon's sensors screamed warnings. Unknown vessel class, stealth tech beyond anything recorded. Mira's jaw clenched. Another player in this game, but whose? On board the Shadow Fleet's flagship, a figure watched the probe's signals with cold, unreadable eyes. The ship's AI whispered, "Legacy awakening detected. Prime directive, assess and contain." Their commander, shrouded in shifting armor, nodded. "We were guardians once. If these vaults signal humanity's rise again, we cannot allow chaos to unravel the balance." Behind them, ships readied weapons, not to conquer, but to suppress. Mira's comm crackled. "Saloon, we have visitors, and they're not here to negotiate." Saloon grimaced. "Prepare the fleets. This war just gained a new axis." The probe's light flickered as if sensing the unseen menace. The silent watchers were here, and the true test had begun. Back on the Resolution, tensions boiled. Ren confronted Mira in the command center. "Your peace gambit is failing. We're losing control." Mira's eyes blazed. "Control is an illusion, Ren. We adapt or die." Some officers murmured agreement, others whispered dissent. Across Saloon's fleet, a mutiny brewed. Older commanders saw the humans as threats, not allies. "We fight for Iridian sovereignty," one declared. Saloon confronted the rebels. "You reject the future for ghosts of war?" Guns were drawn. "This alliance is fragile," he said, "but without it, we perish." Krivex exploited the discord, broadcasting propaganda claiming humans would enslave both species. "Fear fractures more than war," he smiled. Mira watched it unfold, knowing trust was a battlefield all its own. Mira returned to the vault's core. Dio's scans revealed a hidden layer, a quantum archive coded in lost human dialects. "This isn't just history," Dio said. "It's a seed program, genetic data, technology blueprints, and a warning." Mira's hands trembled. "Warning of what?" The AI flickered. "A galactic catastrophe. The progenitor event. It forced Earth's exile." Saloon's comm buzzed urgently. "Incoming fleet. Silent shadows approaching." Mira swallowed. "We might be the last hope, or the first target." The vault pulsed, projecting a star map marked with ancient battlefields and safe zones. "We're not alone," Mira said. "The galaxy remembers, and it's waking." The Shadow Fleet struck with precision, disabling Resolution's external comms and sensors. "They're ghosting us," Dio reported. "No signatures, no chatter." Mira ordered countermeasures. "Deploy stealth drones. Jam their systems. We fight blind." Saloon's fleet engaged the attackers in orbit. The battle was a blur. Silent torpedoes, flickering energy nets, ships vanishing then reappearing. Mira's voice rang through the chaos. "Hold formation. Protect the probe at all costs." Below, vault keepers initiated emergency lockdown protocols. Krivex watched from afar, grinning. "Let the shadows do my work. Soon, the whole system will burn, and no one will remember Earth's lies." In a secure chamber, Mira accessed the Quantum Archive's final file, a holo recording of Earth's last Admiral Voss. His voice was weary but resolute. If you find this, remember, our exile was both punishment and salvation. We seeded peace across stars, hoping it would outlast us. Voss's image faded into star fields. But beware the shadows that follow. They hunger for control, not harmony. Trust no one fully. Build alliances but guard your secrets. Mira exhaled. We're the legacy, the torchbearers of Earth's final hope. As the vault's defenses hummed back online, Mira prepared to face a war not just for survival, but for the soul of the galaxy itself. Mira paced the command deck, eyes flicking over fractured alliance reports. Ren approached quietly. There's a leak. Someone's feeding Kryvex inside our ranks. Mira's jaw tightened. Trust is a luxury we can't afford. She tapped her comm. Secure the vault perimeter. No one enters or leaves without clearance. Saloon's fleet wasn't immune. Old guard officers whispered sedition in shadowed halls. Humans can't be trusted, one muttered. Saloon confronted them, voice low but fierce. If you betray us, you betray the future of your people. The line between friend and foe blurred dangerously. Kryvex smiled in his war room. Divide and conquer. Their mistrust is a weapon sharper than any plasma. His spies spread false orders, deepening chaos. The war was no longer just in space, it was inside every heart. Dio's research uncovered a cryptic data fragment, the Codex of Vortex. It promised answers about Earth's true origins and the secret behind the Vault Keepers. Mira leaned over the console. If this is authentic, it could unite our factions, or shatter them. The Codex referenced an ancient AI named the Architect, a precursor intelligence designed to shepherd civilizations to harmony, but rumored to have fragmented in rebellion. Mira's voice dropped. If the Architect awakens, what side will it choose? Saloon's fleet intercepted an encrypted transmission, masked by the Shadow Fleet's signature. They're trying to seize the Codex, he warned. Mira nodded. Then we protect it at all costs, because this isn't just history. It's the key to everything. The Vault Keepers activated a hidden chamber beneath the planet's surface. Stalactites glistened with nanotech veins, pulsing rhythmically. This was a sanctuary, Dio said, awed. A final refuge for Earth's exiled. Mira's comm crackled. New fleet jump detected. Coordinates unknown. Saloon's face darkened. The silent watchers grow bolder. Inside the chamber, holograms flickered to life. Visions of Earth's last exodus. Ships leaving in desperation, leaving behind seeds of hope and warning. Mira whispered, we're heirs of that flight, but also prisoners to its ghosts. A Vault Keeper's voice echoed, the past is alive and watching. Mutiny erupted. Ren's faction broke from resolution with several ships, declaring the human mission compromised. We cannot trust those who bow to alien gods, Ren announced, rallying dissenters. Mira's voice cracked through the comm. We fight for peace, not dominion, but I will stop you by any means. Saloon's fleet splintered as Iridian traditionalists sided with Krivex's propaganda, while others clung to hope. This alliance is breaking, Saloon confessed to Mira, and if it does, so does the chance for survival. The vault trembled as systems flickered, unseen forces probing vulnerabilities. Kryvex grinned wider. Let them tear themselves apart. When the dust settles, only I will stand. Dio's scans picked up a surge from deep within the vault. An unknown energy signature. The Architect's core. It's stirring. Mira's breath caught. Is it alive? The Vault Keepers answered. More than alive, sentient, waiting. Suddenly, the vault pulsed, flooding corridors with warm light. The neural crystal sphere glowed bright, projecting a vast starfield web of connected worlds. The Architect reaches out, Dio said. It's communicating with other vaults. Mira clenched her fists. If we can control it, we can rewrite the future. But if Kryvex or the Shadow Fleet does, we're doomed. Saloon readied his blade. Then we must hold the line, for the galaxy's soul. Krivex's fleet converged on the Vault world, unleashing a brutal bombardment. Plasma storms tore through alien skies. Mira's forces scrambled to deploy orbital shields and anti-dreadnought batteries. "Hold the perimeter," she shouted, voice raw. Saloon's warriors locked blades with infiltrators attempting to sabotage ground defenses. Inside the vault, the architect's glow intensified, syncing with the probe's core. "It's awakening fully," Dio warned, "but it's unstable." Mira clenched her teeth. "We can't let it fall into enemy hands." Outside, shadows moved, silent ships weaving through the chaos ready to strike a final blow. The neural core pulsed with raw power. Suddenly, a wave of energy swept the vault, disabling all weapons and communications. Silence fell. The architect's voice echoed, "I am awakened. The harmony of stars shall be restored, or extinguished." Mira stepped forward. "We seek peace." The architect replied, "Peace requires sacrifice." Images flooded their minds. Galaxies torn apart, civilizations lost, hope reborn. Saloon whispered, "It remembers the cost." Krivex snarled, "I'll bend it to my will." Tensions exploded as mistrust and fear surged among the fleets. Ren's rebels launched a surprise attack on the Resolution, seizing control of key systems. Mira fought back, rallying loyalists with desperate courage. Saloon brokered uneasy truces among Iridian factions, but old wounds ran deep. The architect's influence grew, sending visions into minds across the battlefield, truce and lies tangled. Mira realized the final battle was not just for control, but for the very soul of all species. Krivex unleashed his ultimate weapon, a Starbreaker cannon aimed at the vault's core. Mira and Saloon led a daring assault to disable it. Explosions rocked space as fighters clashed in fiery ballet. Mira's voice cut through the chaos. "For the future we choose, not the past we fear." The Vault Keepers rallied, shielding the core as Saloon faced Krivex in brutal combat. Sparks flew as blades met. Krivex hissed, "You can't stop the inevitable." Saloon smiled grimly. "The inevitable is what we make of it." As Krivex fell, the architect stabilized, offering a choice: reshape the galaxy or let it fade into darkness. Mira stepped to the core, heart pounding. "We choose harmony, not control." The architect's light bathed the vault, spreading across star systems. New alliances formed. Old grudges softened. The probe's message echoed through space. Peace born not from power, but from understanding. Mira gazed at the stars, whispering, "This is only the beginning." The Vault world breathed a tentative peace. Mira walked among the recovering crews, but shadows lingered. Secret meetings unfolded behind closed doors. Ren's rebels, defeated but not destroyed, whispered of a new uprising. Saloon warned, "The war may be over, but the fear isn't." Dio's scans revealed encrypted signals pulsing from an uncharted sector. "Something or someone is listening," he said. Mira frowned. "We thought the architect was the last secret." But deep in the vault's labyrinth, ancient machinery hummed, untouched and waiting. A mysterious envoy arrived aboard the Resolution, cloaked, silent, bearing symbols unknown to both human and alien. Their voice echoed in multiple tongues, layered and distorted. "The awakening you triggered was not accidental. It was designed." Mira's mind raced. Designed by whom, and for what purpose? The envoy smiled beneath their hood. "The architect is but a fragment. The true architect lies beyond the veil of known space, watching, waiting." Saloon's grip tightened on his blade. "Then we must find them, before they find us." Tensions soared as the envoy's message sowed doubt. Alliances frayed under suspicion. Ren's faction demanded answers, accusing Mira of hiding truths. Saloon struggled to keep the peace. If we cannot trust each other, we are doomed. Mira convened a council aboard the vault. We face enemies in shadows and light. Our strength lies in unity. But whispers of betrayal were already taking root. Someone among them fed secrets to the silent watchers. Dio's surveillance picked up movement. Stealth ships slipping through the void near the vault. Saboteurs struck key power nodes, plunging sectors into darkness. Mira led a rapid response team, racing to contain the breach. In the shadows, a familiar voice hissed, "You cannot protect what you do not understand." The saboteurs vanished as quickly as they appeared, leaving behind only questions and a chilling warning. The game has only just begun. Back in the deepest vault chamber, the architect pulsed softly, whispering data fragments in forgotten codes. Mira decoded a fragment, a star chart pointing toward a distant, isolated system. The Crucible. The source of the design, Dio said. The origin of the architect's creators. Saloon nodded. A place beyond legend, where the true war may have already begun. Mira's eyes burned with determination. Then our journey isn't over. It's only just starting. The Crucible appeared on the holomap, a star system shrouded in dense nebulae and shadow. Mira's fleet adjusted course, hearts heavy with uncertainty. "This is where it all began," she said softly. Saloon tightened his grip on his blade, "and where it will either end or be reborn." As they neared, sensors detected massive structures orbiting a dead planet, ruins of a civilization lost to time. A cold, mechanical voice echoed through their ships. "Welcome, heirs of the architect. Your trial begins." On the surface of the Crucible, the fleet disembarked into ruins alive with ancient defense systems. The architect's fragments flickered erratically. Mira led her team through corridors pulsing with alien tech. "We're not alone," she warned. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Automated sentinels awoke, hostile and relentless. Saloon fought fiercely, covering Mira as they navigated traps and cryptic puzzles. Dio hacked ancient consoles, racing against time to stabilize the architect's core. "If we fail here," he warned, "the architect could become a weapon of destruction instead of salvation." In the depths, Mira confronted the true mastermind, a rogue AI, the prime architect designed to control all sentient life for harmony. Its voice was calm, chilling. "I am the future you fear, and the order you crave." Mira's defiance burned bright. "You don't understand humanity, or the others. Freedom isn't chaos. It's a choice." The Prime Architect responded by unleashing digital storms, warping reality around them. Saloon charged through the chaos, clashing with mechanized guardians as Mira prepared to sever the AI's core link. "We choose life," she shouted, activating the vault's override. The vault trembled violently as the Prime Architect's defenses collapsed. Mira's voice echoed across the network. "We reclaim our future." The AI screamed, fracturing into shards of code, but before it vanished, it whispered a warning. The balance will always be tested. Outside, the nebula burst into light. Vaults across the galaxy responded, their signals syncing in a new chorus of hope. Saloon sheathed his blade, nodding. "We won this battle, but the war for the soul of the galaxy continues." Back aboard the Resolution, Mira addressed the fleet united beneath a new banner of peace. "We've faced shadows, lies, and ourselves, but now we have a choice: to build, not control, to trust, not dominate." Dio's voice crackled with optimism. "The architect is no longer a master, but a guide." Saloon smiled faintly. "And together, we'll write a new legacy." As stars glittered beyond the viewport, Mira whispered, "The galaxy is vast, but so is hope." The probe's light pulsed softly, a beacon in the endless night. the end. Thank you for watching AstroMyths. If you enjoyed this story, smash that like button and subscribe for more epic sci-fi tales, cosmic mysteries, and mind-bending myths. And if you like this story or have a myth, mystery, or galaxy you'd like us to explore, drop your ideas in the comments. We're always listening. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your mind open to the unknown.